Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Rando Geek. We have an update regarding the pricing of YouTube TV. I'll put the link for this article down below for you in the description as a reference if you would like to check it out on your own. But this is something that I think we're going to have a lot of customers that are currently using YouTube TV feeling a little bit weary about this. They're not going to like this. And anyone that has been looking at the possibility of joining YouTube TV and signing up for it and making it one of their streaming services, putting it in their arsenal of collections of streaming services that they use, might be thinking otherwise now after hearing this news, simply because it's not a modest increase. It's a very aggressive one. So let's dive into it, and then I'll give my thoughts on this. All right, let's give you the scoop. So YouTube TV, price hike coming in January of 2025. So that's next month. That's right around the corner. Some of you may have already been receiving notifications if you're currently a customer. Looks like that basically starting January 13th of 2025, the monthly subscription cost will jump from $72.99 to $82.99. This is for their base plan. They're saying that the search giant cites the rising costs of content and investments in service quality are the primary reasons for this adjustment. So this is why they're doing this. They're saying it's simply becoming too expensive for them to maintain, to provide the service, the channels that they're giving in their package for the lineup of YouTube TV at this base price, at this plan, for this amount, right? They can't do it. And it's simply because they need to look after their investments. So that's it. It's cut and dry. They're not adding anything. You're not getting anything extra for this. Nothing at all. Nothing. As far as I can tell, it's just literally, this is what they're going to charge to make it more valuable for them, to make it more worth the offer for you. So they're saying that, of course, this change is set to affect subscribers during their first billing cycle on or after the January date. They're saying, however, promotional and trial offers will remain intact for their original duration. So that's good to know. If you've join with some kind of special promotion lasting you 6 months or more, that promotion will need to end. You'll be able to see that promotion through at whatever price you agree to at that current time. They're saying that, they're going to ensure current deals will be honored, but then after that, you'll be paying the new price of $82.99. They're saying subscribers concerned about the new pricing can review their plans by navigating to settings, membership within their accounts. So YouTube, of course, YouTube TV continues to highlight its value proposition, boasting features like unlimited DVR storage and multi-view, alongside a vast on-demand library of movies and shows. While the service emphasizes its commitment to delivering quality and convenience, this hike marks another reminder of the ever-increasing costs in the streaming space. They're saying for those considering their options, YouTube TV is making it clear that subscribers can pause or cancel their memberships at any time. The Help Center provides additional guidance for those who want to make changes. So they're saying this latest increase comes as YouTube TV strives to balance user satisfaction with the growing complexities of providing live TV and on-demand content. While the added cost may give some pause, fans of the services, features, and content library may still find value in sticking around. They're saying for new and existing customers, it's yet another sign of the challenges facing streaming platforms in a competitive market. So there you have it. YouTube is openly, admittingly saying that they know many customers are going to be taken back by this, and they're cool with it. It's not that they're cool with it. They accept it. They've thought clearly about this. They didn't obviously do this on impulse. They know that there's a handful of customers that are probably going to bounce simply because it's a $10 hike. And in the eyes of many hardworking Americans that subscribe to these services, that do their best to provide for their families and themselves, this is a big increase. And they're just going to be thinking, some might leave out of anger, right? They might say, nah, that's ridiculous. That's too much. Some may really just sit down and say, well, do I really need this? Am I really watching it? I'm working 12, 13 hours a day. Some people do, right? And they might be thinking, well, I don't really need this. I don't have time to watch it. It's not really worth paying all this money for now, is it? And there will be some people that might find that it's still the best game in town for them. There is a nice amount of cable channels, right? I was looking at the menu, and I have the menu here actually. There's a decent amount of cable channels. You have your AMC thrillers, your local channels. You have some good movie channels. You have your Discovery channels, all that basic classic stuff, and just a handful of sports, right? Handful of sports. You have ESPN, ESPN2. The list just goes on and on. Tons of stuff here that big sports fans would enjoy. And that might be a good reason for them to just kind of stick around, right? The blend of channels that they're getting might be worth it for them. There's also ESPN News. I mean, it goes on and on. There's all kinds of stuff here. They have Disney, the Disney Channel is included. So there's just a lot of stuff. There is a nice blend of mix here that if you went to traditional cable, yes, the price is getting bad with streaming. The streaming service I've been saying for a while are getting just as expensive, if not more in some cases, than traditional cable, but your blend of channels seems to still be a little bit better. You have a little bit more flexibility with streaming. You can kind of choose what you want over just getting what, say, Spectrum would provide you or what Dish would provide you. So that's what's making this, YouTube TV still a better deal for many. And the amount of sports channels alone for many is just like all in, But there's so many people that aren't willing to pay this kind of price. They see where this is going. They're not even watching it. There's so much free content out there, as I say all the time. So I think there's going to be a lot of customers that are just not going to deal with it. But then there'll always be some that will. They do have a good blend of add-on networks. So there's a lot of things that they do offer. If you're willing to kind of pay for that, of course, that's not free. But, I don't know. I think we're going to need to see some more stuff. I think we're going to need to see them add more free channels, kind of do like the Philo and what everybody else is doing, the Sling TV thing, where they just add a bunch of free stuff in there at the very least to kind of give you more channels. Like Philo will raise their price $2 or whatnot, but then they'll give you all those channels that you can find on Pluto. And although they may not be that much of value for you, they may not be channels that you're going to sit back and watch all night long or even every day or maybe even ever, more than once. Maybe you'll watch it once and not more than that. But at least they'll be there, right? At least in the eyes of a paying consumer, they feel like they're getting something. As we're here, it's just a price hike. And they're being honest because we hear about the costs of these streaming services all the time. There's constant fights and disputes with networks like Disney who just want to play hardball with cable. They want to play hardball with streaming. And that's why they really don't, they're getting greedy and they want to do their own thing. They want to have their own service and they just basically want everyone to come to them. And that's why you're starting to see all these different services appearing because everyone's gotten greedy now. Everyone sees that they can get away with it and they don't want to make deals. Nobody wants to play nice anymore. And that's part of why cable is suffering to begin with, because they're arguing, well, we can't afford to give you better pricing because we can't make good enough deals with these, network companies that are holding out on us. I read about it a number of times. If you guys have listened in the past about the deals falling through with Spectrum, there was a huge problem with that where they almost didn't come to terms and they're still constantly fighting back and forth. And it really does put a dent in the relationship. It also puts a dent in the amount of product that the cable company can provide. And some will say, well, they need to tighten the belt. And yes, there's probably ways that they can do that. They can take in less, bonuses for the CEOs. They can They can take a hit for a little bit to save their company, but will they do that? Probably not, because they don't care. They want to get paid. That's what they're primarily there for. So, we have all these things that need to be sorted out, right? It's really just a matter of just a mess. There's a lot of things that need to be taken into consideration, but this is why we're seeing what we're seeing. We're seeing a number of streaming services launch their own package, their own deals, and they're enticing you with nice early sign-on prices, but then we know a year or two later they start to skyrocket their prices, just like YouTube is doing. I mean, this is a big jump, and for many, they are going to bounce, because you'll find that most of this stuff is repetitive, right? These channels just kind of show the same things over and over again. And, they may take a break for a month or 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe YouTube TV will offer some incentive for you to come back. But nonetheless, there's going to be a bunch of customers that are not satisfied with this. Do me a favor. If you guys do use YouTube TV, knowing what you know, are you going to stick around? Are you still going to use the service and pay that difference, whether it be, as early as next month when it happens, or if you're on some promotion after that ends? Is the service going to be worth that amount for you? It's mere curiosity that I ask, because, it kind of opens my eyes and lets me see like what people are thinking about it. Like if there's that much interest for these services for them to go ahead and carry on and ask for what they ask, I want to know if there's really any demand. And I'd rather hear it from like real people and not reading it in articles where they can kind of lie about it a little bit. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.